Bennett, I presume. From Hertfordshire?
I am.
May I present my daughter, Miss Anne de Bourgh.
Mr. Berg.
I gather that you are acquainted with my nephew, Mr. Darcy.
Miss Bennet, I had not hoped for this pleasure.
Nor I, Mr. Darcy.
Fitzwilliam, Miss Bennet, first cousin and accessory to Mr. Darcy. I'm delighted to make your acquaintance at long last.
At last, sir.
Well, I've heard a great deal of you. All of it favorable.
You could not have heard as much from Mr. Darcy. He is quite expert at recognizing my many shortcomings.
Your childhood friend appears a modest, genteel sort of girl, Mrs. Collins. Your father's estate is entailed on Mr. Collins, I think.
Yes, my lady.
For your sake, I am pleased, of course. But entailing estates from the female line was not thought necessary in Sir Louis de Bourgh's family. I'm happy to say that Anne is the sole and undisputed heir to Rosings Park, should she survive me. Do you sing and play, Miss Bennet?
Not very well, I'm afraid.
Sometime or other we should be happy to hear you and judge for ourselves. There are few people in England who have such a true enjoyment of music as myself, or a better natural taste. Had I ever learnt, I should have been a great proficient. You're welcome to come to Rosings every day and practice on the pianoforte.
Thank you, ma'am.
There is an instrument in the housekeeper's room. You should be well out of the way in that part of the house. How many sisters have you, Miss Bennet?
4, your ladyship. I am second eldest.
5 daughters? Whatever could your mother have been thinking? Is your eldest sister married?
She is not.
Is she handsome?
Yes, exceedingly so. She has much to recommend her.
And still not married? Are any of your younger sisters out?
Yes, ma'am, all of them.
All 5 at once? The younger ones out before the elder ones are even married? Your younger sisters must be very young.
The youngest is not yet 16.
Not yet?
Perhaps she is very young to be much of company. But really, ma'am, it would be very hard upon younger sisters to miss out on their share of society's amusements simply because their elder sister had not the good fortune or inclination to marry early. I believe that the last born has as good a right to the pleasures of youth as the first.
Upon my word, you give your opinions very easily for so young a person. Pray, what is your age?
With 3 younger sisters grown, your ladyship can hardly expect me to own it.
Why, you cannot be more than 1 and 20, I am sure. Therefore, you need not conceal your age.
I am not yet 1 and 20.
Mr. Collins, when my carriage entered the lane yesterday afternoon, I was exposed to the most explicit view of a pig.
I am mortified at the thought, my lady. Mortified!
The animal in question appeared quite ready for the table.
I shall see to it.
I should like you and Mrs. Collins to join Anne and me in a round of quadrille. Mr. Darcy does not enjoy the pastime, and Colonel Fitzwilliam does not enjoy what Darcy does not enjoy. Miss Bennet, will you entertain the gentlemen with your music? You shall find the instrument a capital one, certainly superior to, well, try it and hear for yourself.
Will you honor us, Miss Bennet? I should so enjoy hearing you play.
I warn you, Colonel Fitzwilliam, my disclaimer was not false modesty. I am no great proficient. Do you mean to frighten me, Mr. Darcy, into showing even less skill than I possess? It won't work, you know. My courage rises at every attempt to intimidate me.
You cannot credit me with any real power to alarm you. I've observed now on several occasions your delight in provocation.
I am particularly unlucky, Colonel Fitzwilliam, in meeting with a person who was able to reveal my true character, and in a part of the world where I had hoped to pass myself off with a degree of credit. Is that not ungenerous of Mr. Darcy?
Very ungenerous.
Impolitic, too. It provokes me to say something of his behavior in Hertfordshire as may shock his relations.
I'm not afraid of you.
Please, go on, Miss Bennet. I should like to know how my cousin behaves among strangers.
The first time I ever saw Mr. Darcy was at a ball, where he refused to dance, though gentlemen were scarce and more than one young lady was in want of a partner.
I had not the honor at the time of knowing any lady in the assembly beyond my own party.
Oh, where nobody can ever be introduced in a ballroom.
Perhaps I should have judged better. But I am without the talent which some possess of conversing easily with those I have never seen before.
Nor do my fingers move over this instrument in the masterly manner I might wish them to. But I have always supposed that to be my own fault, because I would not take the trouble of practicing.
You are perfectly right. You've employed your time much better. No one admitted to the privilege of hearing me play can think anything wanting.
Darcy, Anne is tired and is going to bed. Please come say goodnight to her.
Darcy tells me you are famously fond of walking, Miss Bennet. I should very much enjoy your company on the tour of the park.
As would I yours, Colonel Fitzwilliam.